Okay.
Okay, let's see, who else is here? I think we got everybody in right now. Okay.
So far, we have about 2 more minutes before we start. So,
Don't forget Judith has the in-person class tomorrow at 10 o'clock over at Punch Out Parkinson's, but you do have to register at the AARP site. So you can search AARP Santa Fe events and find that login, or you can get a Punch Pass. The link is there. We just can't register you on our site.
good.
Okay. There we go. Judith, I've been using the squishy balls on my hands.
Oh, good. Is it helping?
I think so. I mean, I think you don't think about losing grip and all that kind of stuff, but I think those have, I've got a bunch of those little red hearts and squishy hearts.
Yes.
Yeah, I like them. I think there's one in the drawer up there on the right hand side. So if I'm moderating, I get it out and go swoosh.
Squish, squish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
You have these. It does help.
Yep, there it is. Yeah. All right, I'm going to mute myself and turn it over to you, Judith. Good morning.
Okay, very good. We have about 1 more minute. So gather yourselves, your props, we use a yoga mat, as you know, in this class, or some kind of covering over a padded surface. Maybe a beach towel would work. Have yoga blocks. And if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use 2 water bottles, 2 canned goods of equal size and weight. These are the styrofoam versions. I think these are the best. The bamboo versions get to be very heavy. And if you drop one on your foot, you'll be very sorry. So styrofoam would be my recommendation, maybe some kind of padding. I have a little foam mat here, but a folded towel. This is a rolled towel with rubber bands. You can make that at home, little homemade props. If you don't have a yoga strap, you could grab a long scarf, a belt, a dog leash, a bathrobe tie. And last but not least, our weights. Weights are optional. If you'd like a little more challenge, if it's too easy, then you can add either 1 pound weights or 2 pound weights. So nothing heavier than 2 pounders for this class, please. If you have anxiety about getting onto the floor, it's always a good idea to have a chair available. I have a nice folding chair here. To use the chair to get down on the earth. Hopefully the back legs will be either on a sticky mat or where the wall meets the floor or the baseboard. Hands along the side. Most of the weight will go in the arms. 1 knee bends. 2nd knee joins it. You're on the earth. Getting up, same thing. Either hands on the side, maybe forearms, you choose. You need to assist the leg forward, assist the leg forward. Tuck those back toes. Weight goes in the arms. Inhale. Exhale, lift the bum. 1 foot under the seat, 2nd foot under the seat, and you come up triple slow time. So that's how you would manage to get up and down off of the floor with an assist. Let's start today by standing. And let's just go ahead and keep the feet nice and wide. And we'll just start with our empty cold sleeves. Swinging of the arms. Just gently warming up the body, nice and easy. And of course, letting out sound is always appropriate. We're all muted, so only the canary or the dog will hear you, and maybe not even that. So if it feels like good to moan, groan, hum, go right ahead. A little more, perhaps you might want to stretch the arms out a little bit wider, maybe not. Maybe you can stretch right arm and lift right heel, left arm and lift left heel. So you decide what works for you. Deep full breaths here and throughout for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're gonna take it down nice and slow, corkscrew back to center, nice and gentle. Let's roll some shoulders. Forward, up, back, and down. Nice and easy. It's like you're drawing a circle with those shoulders. Oh. And you're trying to hit each point, 360 degrees on that circle. Maybe arms stay small for this, maybe not. Maybe you want to make them a little bit bigger, get a little more arm movement going. 2 more in this direction. And let's go ahead and reverse the circling the other way, opposite way. Oh, standing tall, crown of head lined up with tailbone. So make sure that head is balancing over the hips, not in front of the hips or not behind the hips. Oh, maybe adding some arm movements in this direction. You decide for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the arms up. Inhale, soft knees, exhale. Inhale up, exhale, stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. Few more. And again, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. Next time the arms come up tall to the sky, leave them there and stretch the side body. Intercostal muscles attaching to the side ribs. Oh, creating a little bit more space. Ribs are fixed, but the connective tissues are not. So give them some space. Stretched it out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms come up. Let's grab opposite elbows. The arms are still stretching upward. You're going to tilt over to the right, and you're grounding through that left foot like crazy. The chest stays square to the front of your space or your screen. For more support, right hand to right hip. Otherwise, grabbing opposite elbows for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everybody's right hand to right hip. Let's go ahead and start making some circles with that top left arm. Now, if your arm doesn't go up this high, you're just going to circle wherever that arm is willing to go. So you just gently coax it. If you have shoulder issues, do not push anything or force anything. Let's do a few more sweeps in this direction. Let's go ahead and reverse the circle. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and float back to center and let that arm float down as though it's gliding through a vat of honey, nice and slow. Shake out the shoulders, shake them out. Oh, big breath in. Inhale. Opposite elbows, grab it the other way if you can remember which way you did it before. Go ahead and ground that right foot into the earth. The chest stays square to the front of your space or your screen. For added support, left hand could go to left hip. You decide. Breathing. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left hand. Everybody's left. And now that top right arm might be circling. You might want to keep that arm small, that arm circle small. Maybe as you feel a little more open, more synovial fluid is pumping into that joint. Maybe you want to make it a little bit bigger. A couple more sweeps in this direction. And let's go ahead and reverse the other way when you find the opportunity. And we're breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arm floats up, and then this one's going to float down through that same vat of honey. Oh, nice and slow. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let's go ahead and keep the hips, the feet about hip distance apart. Toes are pointing forward. Let's go ahead and do some hip circling here. Coming now into the pelvic area. Place where we store a lot of things, all the things that The experience, it gets stored in those hips. If you're done with whatever you're done with, you can just breathe it out and let that stuff go out of the hips. Let's go through the other direction. Big full breaths. Nice and gentle. See if you can hit each point on that circle for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's take the feet now directly under the hips. So the hip bones are here, so the legs go straight down. Let's lift that right heel. Let's go ahead and circle that right ankle. Nice and easy, and you're standing tall. So think about that left foot grounding and just drawing up through the crown of the head, just like a big old tree. Nice and easy. Let's reverse the circling. 2 more breaths. It's the ankle generating the motion. Everything else goes along for the ride. Let's bring that to stillness. Shift the weight over now to the right leg. You're going to lift the left heel. Circling. Again, you're grounding through that right foot. All the way up, crown of head. A big old tree. Really stable. If you need to hang onto a chair or a wall or a piece of furniture for security, go right ahead. Let's reverse the circling. Just trying to focus in that perfect posture while you do this. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's take it down. Let's go ahead now and bicycle pedal the heels side to side here. Nice and easy. Again, if a little support on the back of the chair, maybe a finger or two on the back of the chair, maybe a hand on the wall. So we don't want anybody falling over. We don't want to be a toppled sequoia. Let's do more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet come flat. Now we're going to rock back on the heels, forward on the toes, rocking back and forth. Maybe if you're not touching a prop, you can put your hands on the hips. That might give you more stability. Rocking back and forth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back now to flatter feet. Maybe the feet stay hip distance apart, maybe just slightly wider. Let's just go ahead. Hands can come to hips or hip crease. Let's go ahead and just inhale, bend, knees track over toes. This won't be a big, huge squat. Exhale, straighten the legs. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pulses. Maybe the arms come out here, maybe they don't. For 8, 7, little pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, arms can come out now, parallel to the earth. Take the feet gently wider, back will be flat. Inhale, exhale, going down with a flat back all the way as far as you're willing to go. Hands can come to the earth, maybe to blocks, maybe to the seat of the chair. You decide what works for your body this morning. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Make faces at your knees and your thighs. Say hello to your knees and thighs. And now let's go ahead and just do a series of flat back lifts. I'll do this in profile so you can see. The legs are maybe just a little bit wider than hip distance. Inhale. Halfway up, you could serve tea on your back, no spills. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Abdominals engaged here. Inhale. and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Let's go halfway up. If it's available, you can put your hands on thighs for extra support. Maybe the arms can come out to the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float it up, nice and slow. Let's take some arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, press it down by the side of the body. Triple slow time. Let's take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Eyes drop closed or soft gaze on the earth. You get dizzy with the eyes closed, keep the eyes open. Just now noticing where the energy is moved in the body. Stopping to feel heart beating, blood flowing, life force, chi, energy moving throughout the body. One more deep, full breath. Then everybody's eyes can open. Let's take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Now, if your hands don't meet behind the back, that's where the trusty strap comes in. So you can grab that strap behind the body, and over time, you can work the hands together, maybe a little closer, maybe eventually interlacing fingers. No judgment. You're just getting your optimum stretch here. So the arms are straight. The fingers are interlaced. You're not resting those hands on the bum. You're stretching the arms away. The chin can be slightly tucked. Now this may be plenty. Let's go ahead and see if you want to cross right foot outside of left foot. And you're squeezing those thighs together. This is the next step. This is a balance challenge for sure. You might wish to stay right here. If you want extra, tuck the chin, inhale, exhale, going forward, 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 arms track overhead until you come to your lowest position. 3 big breaths right here. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. In and out. Those who are in the forward fold, floating up, triple slow time. Don't want to get the head rush. Unwind the legs, unwind the hands and the fingers, shake everything out. Very, very nice. Now, let's do the same move here. Interlace the fingers, this time the awkward way. So that means the opposite thumb would be on top this time. So you're stretching those arms away. The chin can stay slightly tucked. Abdominals engaged, of course. And you might want to wish to stay right here. However, you might want to cross left foot outside of right this time. The opposite. The thighs are squeezing together, no space between the thighs. This may be plenty for balance. You decide. More challenge, tuck the chin, inhale, exhale, going down, elevator going down. You come to your optimum stretch here. 3 big breaths at the bottom. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Floating it up, triple slow time. Don't rush it. Unwind legs, unwind fingers and arms, shake everything out. Let's return to a little empty coat sleeves here to shake anything out that might have gotten tense during that. Just shake that out, loosen it up. Very, very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and take our little bird hands. Take your 4 fingers and the thumb and you make little bird hands with that. And you're going to take right below the collarbone, the clavicle. So we'll start with the right elbow. We're going to point it up to the sky as best you can. Turn from the waist and then look over that right shoulder behind you, exhaling. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you twist and look over the shoulder. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's return to neutral. We'll do the other side. Left elbow points to the sky. You're twisting to the left, only from the waist, as best you can. Inhaling and exhaling. Oh boy, this side may feel totally different. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can keep doing one side, alternate side. So right elbow, exhale. Left elbow, exhale. Side to side. Taking as much time as you need to accomplish the move. Oh. Let's do 2 more times each side. Big full breath, using that breath as a mantra, a meditation. 1 more. Really opening it up, getting a nice twist in the spine. And let's just shake that out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and I'm going to take blocks, put them to the narrow end of the mat. So let me know, looking for them later. Let's go ahead and face those, the narrow end of your mat or your imaginary mat. Blocks can be there if you use blocks. I want to have them handy. Soft knees. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This one is a swan dive forward. Inhale. Exhale forward. Hands come to the earth, maybe to blocks, only if they're on a secure surface. Or maybe you want to do that move with the chair. You can face the chair seat. Hands on the chair, maybe forearms on the chair. And once you're in your forward fold, just micro bend those knees left and right. A little bit of hip wiggling here, that hip wiggle move. Couple more bends, micro bends with the knees left and right. And then go ahead, place the hands either on the mat, on flat blocks, maybe on the chair seat. Make sure the chair is stable. Finding your way into your version of downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bicycle pedaling heels, wagging your dog tail. Again, the hip wiggle thing. Breathing. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come to stillness now. We're going to bend both knees like we're going to land, but we won't land right away. We're going to do 4. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Press the heels away. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now the knees can float down to earth. Soft landing. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press yourself into child pose, your best version of child pose for today. Hips press back towards the heels. I like to roll that towel behind my knees so that I get more space behind the knees. And therefore the butt can get farther back. And then like little micro movements here. I just like to move the hips side to side, opening it up. Oh, maybe a nice moaning groan here. Good spot for it. Let's come back to center. Stack palms, stack fists, maybe a block. And let's just allow the body to melt into the earth here. Let's focus attention on the back body now. Inhale, and noticing the back body. So it's inhale, low back, middle back, upper back. Noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, upper back, middle back, lower back. Noticing the pause at the bottom. Inhale, lower, middle, upper back, noticing that silence at the top. Exhaling, upper back, middle back, lower back, noticing that pause at the bottom. Just allow the breath to return to normal now. Deep full breaths. Arms can stretch out left onto the floor. Maybe that top palm will stack on top of the left palm. The right hip is pressing away into the diagonal. And here again, this is a nice little place for micro movements if that feels appropriate. Coaxing the body open, allowing lymph and blood to flow more easily, nothing sitting there stagnant. Let's come back through the center. Hands walk over to the right on the floor. Maybe left palm stacks on top of right palm. Left hip presses away in the middle. Oh. Maybe micro movements feel good here, maybe not. You decide. Oh. And then coming back through center, let's come on up to hands and knees. Here's a good spot to pad the knees. That's doable. And here, if you have blocks, this is a great place to have them. We're going to go into puppy pose. You might wish to do this with just your hands on the mat. That's fine. If you want a little extra oomph, you can use 2 low blocks in the upper corners of that mat, the narrow end. And you're going to stick your butt in the air. Your arms are on those low blocks. The forehead maybe comes to earth. Maybe it comes to a cushion if it doesn't go all the way. And try to get the chest to the earth. My chest isn't there, but I'm pressing the chest forward. Butt is in the air. Hands and forearms are on those blocks, giving an extra little stretch to the shoulders. Breathing here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Coming out of it as best you can. Nice and slow. If you want to stay on the low blocks, that's an option. Otherwise, hands can come to earth. We're going to do modified plank. So the arms, the blocks are in the upper corners of that narrow end of the mat. You're going to stretch forward, crown of head lines up with tailbone. And we're just going to hang here for a count of 8. If this is too much on the wrists, go to the forearms. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The fingers can point more towards the inside of the mat, the midline. Little baby push-ups. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the arms. Press yourself back. Come on up to kneeling, maybe wrist recovery, shake out those wrists. Yeah. And here again, the option, if it's too much with hands, you can go to fists or you can go to forearms. So those are 2 other things you can try if your wrists don't like being pressed upon. Let's come on down to, let's stay on the knees. Let's stay on the knees for now. We'll come down in just a minute. Maybe you want to have the blocks handy. You decide. So, and you can do this one seated. If this one is too much for your knees, do this one seated with your leg out. All right. So coming up onto knees, we're going to go ahead and extend that right leg out to the side. The inside of the foot is pressing into the earth. You're stacking left shoulder over left hip. Left arm comes up. Right arm can come in front of the thigh, maybe a little lower along the leg if you're a Gumby person. And then here again, the chest is square to your screen, right in front of your space. Breathing, gate pose. Couple of breaths here. As though that body is sandwiched between 2 panes of glass. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center. Maybe a block here would feel good under the left hand as you come up. And you're gonna cross over. And then you're gonna lift up. And then you're gonna cross over. And you're just moving from side to side with a very languid seaweed plant. Oh, breathing as best you can. Use that core to lift up through the center. Let's do 2 more, just like this. Dancing gate pose. Last one. Very nice. Let's come back to center now. You need to use the block. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you just put hands on hips. Draw that leg in as best you can. Now we go to the other side. This time it'll be the left leg extended long. The inside of the foot is glued to the earth. Pelvis is moving forward. This side may feel different. So you're going to take your left hand, press it into the thigh, maybe to the calf if you're a super Gumby person. Top right arm comes over the ears, chest is squared. Deep full breaths here. Delicious big stretch for the right side of the body. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you might want to flow down. Maybe that right hand wants a block to land on. Fine. Coming back up, engage the core. Your dancing seaweed number on this side. Couple more. Let's do 2 more, just like this. Last one. Oh, moaning and groaning. Hands come to the waist, the hips. You draw that leg in. Let's keep the knees hip distance apart. Little tiny circles with those hips, just to ease those hips a little bit. Yeah, let's go the other way. Whew. Very nice. And let's bring that to stillness. Finding our way onto the bum. You can have props handy, but either they're not with you there on the mat, so they get in the way. All right. Let's go ahead. Knees bent, feet parallel, toes pointing forward. Lifting the chest. Shoulders drop away from ears, slightly tucked. Inhale, like you're going forward between those knees. Exhale, navel squeezes up and back toward the spine. Inhale forward. Exhale, squeeze. Oh. 2 more. Inhale, squeeze it. Exhale. Inhale. This time squeeze it back. Exhale, stay back. Drop shoulders away, but lift the chest. Maybe toes can only just touch the earth now, not the full foot. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Squeezing those abdominals for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe increase the speed, but maybe not. You decide. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you might want to stay right here, or lower legs parallel to the earth, upward facing boat. Lift the chest, shoulders drop away. Maybe one arm comes out away, maybe the second, but maybe not. For 4, 3, pump the belly. 2, 1. Open slightly, squeeze it shut. Open and squeeze. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let those feet down, and then go ahead and roll the spine down, vertebra by vertebra. Oh, nice and gentle. Yes, So crown of head still lines up with your tailbone. The back of the neck is long. Knees are bent. Feet are mat distance apart. We're going to windshield wiper those bent knees side to side. And here again, just take your time with this one. It's a really nice massage for that back body. The low back, which sometimes gets very snarly. And just give it a nice massage, breathing. Opening up those hips, which those hips should be dumping lots of stuff you're done with. Let's go ahead. The next time the knees drop over to the left, leave them there. Left ankle crosses outside of right thigh. Maybe you can press that bent right knee closer to the earth, but you're not going to force it. That left foot is flexed. And I like to do like little micro movements here that may or may not feel good to you. Experiment and see what works. Oh. Keep that top left foot flexed. And we're breathing. One more deep full breath. And we're going to go ahead and bring those legs back to center. Leave the ankle where it is and now cross the left thigh on top of the right thigh. Left thigh presses on top of the right thigh, no space between the thighs. The legs may be fine just like they are. Maybe you want to braid those lower legs together, meaning you take that lower leg and wrap it around the calf of the right leg, but don't force it. If it doesn't happen, don't do it. So both shoulder blades are on the earth, and you're going to drop those bent knees over to the right. Try to keep the shoulder blades on the earth as you look to the left. Bent knees to the right, face to the left. Arms in T position. Can you just melt that body into the earth? Release any tension that you don't need to hold the pose. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center now. Realign the spine if it's needed. Unwind the legs. And let's take the feet again, mat width apart. We're just going to windshield wiper the legs side to side. Nice and gentle. The next time the legs come over to the right, leave them there. Right ankle goes on top of left thigh. Maybe pressing that left bent knee slightly closer to the earth. Maybe it's there already. Top right foot is flexed. And maybe a little gentle micro movements here might feel good. You decide, and you're breathing. So now, the face looks opposite, knees drop to right, face looks left. Breathing. If it bothers your neck, don't do it, just look at the ceiling. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Oh, yeah. Now the right thigh crosses on top of the left, just like you're sitting in a chair. The thighs are squeezed together, no space between the thighs. Maybe you want to braid the lower legs together, but maybe not. This time the legs drop off to the left, and maybe you look to the right. It doesn't bother the neck. Are the shoulder blades on the earth? 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Unwind the legs and cross the thighs. Knees come into the chest, and let's just massage that low back. Oh, a good spot for moaning and groaning here, I think. Oh. You're just rolling on that rim of the sacrum. If you're circling, now you might want to do east to west, side to side. If you're circling, make sure you go in both directions. Couple more sweeps this direction. Let's come back to center now. Knees splay out to the side. Grab the shins, maybe the ankles. The feet dangle in the air. The knees splay out to the sides. The weight of the arms are just going to open up the hip crease, the psoas, the hip flexors. Let's flex and point the feet while we're here. Flexing and pointing. Flexing and pointing. Spread the toes wide. Ooh. Alert those feet. We need some blood in there, some chi, some life force. Bye-bye neuropathy. Circle the ankles here in both directions. Oh, yeah. And let's bring that now to stillness. The knees come back together. There's two ways to do this next thing. Legs come up in the air, arms come up in the air, the palms can face each other. You can continue moving wrists, ankles, feet, spreading of toes, spreading of fingers. You do that. Or spinal rocking. So if this isn't appropriate, make sure you do one or the other. The hands behind the thighs, the chin is tucked. You're going to roll up. You're going to roll back. Rolling forward and back. Very easy, nothing violent. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Whee. And let's all come up to sitting. Finding your way to sitting. Maybe you want to have your blocks handy. Let's go ahead and have props that you think you might want to use handy. Maybe a strap would be good. So let's just go ahead and bounce the legs a little, just give them a massage, patting and tapping, circulation going. And once that's complete, let's just go ahead and sweep the arms up to the side, legs go straight. If it bothers your knees here, you can slide blocks or maybe a cushion under those knees to help support them. That's an option. Float the hands up, inhale. Exhale, back is flat, you're hitting with the sternum, and you're going stretching as far as those arms are going to go. Then you're going to bring them back up on the inhale. Inhale up. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. This will be the last one, and we're going to stay over. Inhale. Exhale, back is flat. Grab whatever you can grab at your optimum stretch, not your maximum. And just learn here to relax and breathe. Can you release any tension? You don't need to hold this pose. Are you grinding your teeth? Maybe little micro movements here might feel good. Maybe not. Be very mindful if you have back issues, hamstring issues, don't force it. Just a nice, gentle, optimum stretch. And let's bring any movement now to stillness. Hands can come back to the earth as you press the torso upright. Let's take the right leg out to the side. Left knee is bent. Let's just take a block here. If that knee is hanging, the bent knee is hanging in space, block it. We're going to flex the right foot. Let's float the arms up. Inhale, the chest is facing forward. Exhale as you tilt over to the right. The idea is to spin those ribs sky as much as you can. The back of the knee and the thigh, gently pressing into the earth. Breathing. You might want to cradle the head with your hand. If the head becomes too heavy, just keep trying to press the elbow back. And we're breathing. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Come on up. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press it away. We'll just do 4. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Let's go back to center. And now you're going to face the extended right leg. So the sole of that left foot is up. You're facing the right straight leg, that right foot is flexed. Inhale up. Exhale, stretching over that leg. I like to crisscross hands on the shin. Maybe the hands feel better on the earth. Maybe a strap around the ball of the foot would work. Chest to thigh for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying right here. Right arm wraps around the back of the body. Maybe the hand goes to the sacrum. Maybe the fingers slip into opposite hip crease. The gaze is over the right shoulder. A nice seated twist here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind very slowly, nice and easy. Gently coming out of it. Shake out the legs, shake out the arms. That's appropriate. Now we extend the left leg long. Again, if this right bent knee is hanging in space, blocking it. So you're not gripping the right sole of the foot into the left thigh, the torso face forward, the left foot stays flexed. Back of the knee and thigh, gently pressing to the earth. Inhale up. Exhale, tilting over to the left. Oh, if that bottom arm can be used with leverage in front of that leg, it'll help spin open those ribs a bit more. Couple of breaths here. Next inhale, sitting up, top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's come back center. Let's go ahead and face that extended straight leg. Foot is flexed. Float the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Tilting over that extended leg. Grabbing that leg wherever you can. And gently trying to press the chest close to the top of the left thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Left arm wraps around. Maybe it goes to sacrum, maybe it goes to opposite hip crease. You're looking over the left shoulder. My left shoulder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind, triple slow time, no rushing. Oh. Let's go ahead and straighten both legs. And let's just shake them out. Just shake out those legs. Nice and easy. Maybe some more padding might feel good. And now we're going to take the legs, not to your optimum, not even that far, slightly narrower. You might wish to have a lift in the hips. Maybe you want to sit on a folded towel or blanket. That might be useful. So we're going to go ahead and float the arms up overhead. Inhale. Feet can stay flexed here. Exhale, again, leading with the chest, back is flat. Arms will land somewhere in front of you on the earth. You're going to thread the forearm, right forearm under right calf, left forearm under left calf. You're going to keep that back flat. You're going to lead with the sternum, and you're going to slowly start attempting to straighten those legs, which will draw the chest closer to the earth. Do not force or jam this for any reason. Just do your optimum, your best, or maybe even do it 50%. You don't have to go full out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So very slowly, slightly rebend the legs, slide the arms out and away, walk yourself up with the hands. Let's go ahead and take the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana, found angle pose, and just rock from side to side. Nice and easy. Open up those hips and press into the soft part of the thigh, not the knee, please. Respect those knees. And then let's come on back to midline. Knees come together. Props are moved away. And let's come back onto our back body, back down onto the earth. Oh, so realign the spine so the crown of head is lined up with tailbone. I'm grabbing a low block. You can grab a small cushion if you don't have blocks, or nothing. Or hands can come under the hips, palms face downward. That would give you a little more support under the low back and in the hips. So you choose what works the best for you. The knees are bent, the heels are close to the bum. Inhale up, lifting the hips. Slide under the sacrum, which is down there near the buttocks. That bony low back, it's not up here by the kidneys. You don't want to mess with the kidneys. So from here, we're going to extend legs up, one leg up, second leg up. Back of the neck is long on the mat. Let's go ahead and drop the left straight leg to earth, except you're not landing, you're hovering. Inhale as you drop, exhale as you lift. Engage abdominals, engage that core. Drop the right leg straight and hover. Inhale down, exhale up. Moving from side to side, nice and slow. Deep, full breaths. Finding your own pace, try not to race through it. Breathing. Dropping into a quiet space inside. Moving those legs. Almost like you're underwater. Couple more shifts, opposite legs. And next time the legs come together, leave them there. You might wish to continue alternating, or you might wish to drop two together. Inhale as you drop. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you drop. Exhale as you lift. Let's do three more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Now the legs are up. Flex the feet as you open the legs in a big wide scissors. Inhale, point the toes, exhale. Flexing and pointing, alternating which leg goes in front, which leg goes in back. Whew. Big old scissor legs here. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Legs go parallel, perpendicular rather, also parallel but perpendicular. One knee bends, one foot lands. Second knee bends, second foot lands. You might want to stay right here. This is a supported bridge pose. Or you might wish to extend one leg long, very carefully. Be very mindful of this. You might want to do one leg at a time, not both together, just to protect your low back. Maybe you want to extend the second leg. So the option would be one leg is bent, one leg is straight, and you're going to switch legs eventually and straighten the other leg, or both legs together. Be very mindful with your breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten, rebend one leg, rebend second leg, press into the feet, lift the hips, slide the block away, and place that spine down like a string of pearls on the mat. Draw the knees into the chest one more time, massage the low back. This is a counter stretch to what we just did. That That supported bridge pose. Giving you a supported back bend, is basically what we were doing. Let's bring the legs to stillness. Cross left thigh on top of right thigh, no space between the thighs. You're going to grab the shins like bicycle handlebars. You're going to drop the tailbone to the earth as best you can. Now you're going to try to press the thighs into the chest, flex both feet, externally rotate both feet as you press the thighs into the chest. This is a steady press, not a pulsing. Try to drop the tailbone simultaneously. Woohoo! For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind the legs. Shake them out between sides. This time, right thigh on top of left thigh. No space between the thighs, like you're sitting in a chair. Hands grab the shins like bicycle handlebars. Drop the tailbone towards the earth. The thighs press into the chest. Flex the feet. Externally rotate both feet. The thigh press is a steady press. It's not a pulsing. Breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind the legs, and now arms and legs in the air. Shake those babies out. Oh, nice and easy. Oh, this should feel delicious. And then as you begin to wind it down, go ahead and return the feet to the earth. Straighten the legs one by one, arms and legs at 45 degrees. Maybe a rolled something or other under the knees, a towel or a blanket, a cushion, if the low back gets cranky. You might want to do a blanket or a cushion on the belly just for grounding and stability. Maybe a scarf over the eyes for your impromptu eye pillow. If on the back is not good, maybe on the side, you can stack the legs, rest your head on that upper arm. Or maybe legs up the wall. Or maybe stay on the earth with legs on the chair. A wonderful way to have Shavasana. Or you could sit in a chair, feet flat, hands in the lap. And just drop now into a quiet space inside. Scanning the body for the effects of the practice. And breathing into any residual tension that might remain. Deep relaxation starts at the soles of the feet, moves up into the feet, the ankles, the calves, the low legs, the shins. It moves into the knees and goes on up into the thighs, allowing the legs and the feet to become very, very heavy. It moves into the pelvis and the hips, the buttocks, the low back releases. It moves up from the pelvic area into the waist and then into the torso, enveloping ribs, heart, lungs, kidneys, pancreas. All of those vital organs deeply relaxing. It moves up the chest, rolls into the shoulders, down both arms, all the way to the fingertips. All the way to the fingertips. It envelops the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases. The face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. as though a white circle of healing light envelops the entire body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the earth below and the sky and the stars above. Noticing the space inside the body and the space around the body. Noticing the whole body together. The whole body together. The whole body together. And here's a poem from my friend Kay Scott. I am now going outside. Moonflowers suddenly abound. Fast they grow, and grand they flourish, only to meet their demise just after midday. Each August nightfall brings a brand new batch, full bloom. Their scent defines night air. They talk to each other, arrange themselves, remark upon the weather, one another. I open my south-facing door, step with care, find my chair, sit, quiet, hardly breathing, so as to more fully experience their complete presence. They are not burdened by thought, only filled with purpose. If you'd like to remain here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to do that. Please stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring gentle movement to fingers and toes, and arms and legs. And then drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does, all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, Samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan. So we will stop the recording and see if there are any questions. You all may be adrift in Shavasana, which is wonderful. Yeah, everybody's conked out. Very nice. All right, friends. We thank you for being here with us today. We hope you have a lovely weekend. And please